Oh, that's smart. So I'll tell you what. You know, I don't cuss in my videos, but man, this thing, it's bringing out the cuss in me, okay? Hey, good morning from beautiful Southern Nevada. Hey, I was in my local gun shop the other day, actually a few weeks ago, and they had these little Bearman Derringers chambered in 9mm. I thought, oh, that looks pretty cool. So I got on YouTube and was going to look at some reviews on this, and guess what? There isn't any. Now there's one on the 38 Special, but right now there's no Bearman videos with the 9mm. So I bought this yesterday, brand spanking new. Figured, shoot, let's pick it up and do a review on it. I mean, that's what I do, right? I'll pick up a firearm, do a review, so you guys will know if it's worth buying one or if it's a piece of crap. Let's find out about this one. But this is a 2-shot Derringer. Again, chambered in 9mm. Now look at that. Really a nice looking Derringer. It's got a nice nickel finish on it, which they actually did a pretty good job on the finish. I don't much care for the ugly chrome, but you know what? We're going to take a quick look at this. I'm going to go over the hammer, the trigger, some safety warnings, and then we're going to shoot it. Now I know some of you are going to say, just shoot the damn thing. Well, if it blows up in my face, I want to make sure I cover everything else before that happens. So let's get started. First thing you'll notice, no extractor on this. Now why is that? Well, when I bought this and I got it home and I noticed that, I got on the website and they said starting in 2020 they no longer put an extractor on the 9mm or 380 Derringers. They don't say why, but I'm guessing a lot of people were getting that extractor or their cases caught underneath the extractor. So is this going to work without an extractor on it? We're going to find out. Two things I want to point out real quick. The upper chamber, it's a little rough. It's got some machine marks in it, as you can see there. So hopefully cases aren't going to stick in that top barrel or chamber. The bottom one is a little more smooth, so we'll see what happens. Another thing I want to show you is the trigger guard. And there's two small screws that hold that trigger guard on. But that trigger guard was not put on straight, as you can probably see right there. But like I said, the nickel finish is pretty nice on it. Okay, let's talk about the hammer on this. The hammer is actually pretty hard to pull back. In fact, with my shooting hand, I mean, I can put a lot of pressure on that. It won't lock back. But if I take my offhand thumb, then I can cock it. Yeah, it takes a lot of pressure to cock that. Okay? Another thing is that trigger. I'll tell you right now, this trigger is going to be the hardest trigger pull you have ever felt on any firearm. It is extremely heavy. Now, on this trigger, you don't pull it straight back. What you're going to do is you're going to pivot it down. See that? Here's your pivot point for the trigger, so if you come straight back, you're pushing against the pivot pin, so it has to come down. And I'll tell you what, when you cock this, man, that is hard to pull. And Bearman says do not dry fire this, so make sure you don't dry fire it. But you want to, oh, that is tough. Anyways, you know what? Let's go ahead and load this up and do some shooting. Hey, two things I want to mention real quick before we start shooting. Cobra Industries, they make a lot of Derringers here in the country. They make them in Salt Lake City, Utah. Anyways, I went to the Bearman website and I clicked on owner's manual, and the Cobra Derringer instruction manual popped up. So Bearman and Cobra are obviously related. I don't know if Bearman bought out Cobra, or since Cobra added a trigger guard, they just changed the name of the Derringer. I don't know, but they are related. Second, ammunition. Bearman recommends you shoot either Federal American Eagle, CCI, or PMC ammo. And I do have a box of 9mm Bronze PMC 115 grain full metal jacket. So this is what I'm going to be shooting today, and I think I have some other Federal ammo we might try. All right, I have a pocket full of ammo. I have my little punch in case I need it to punch out empty cases. Let's hope I don't need it. And I got a target set up at 5 yards, so let's put a few rounds through this and see what happens. Man, it really takes a lot to get used to this trigger pull. Oh my Lord, that has a kick to it. Whew. Both rounds hit right here. Yeah, for some reason Derringers always tend to shoot high. Now I'm aiming right at the center of that black bullseye, and we're at least 12 inches high. So let's see here what we got. Yeah, you can pull them out with your fingernail. Let's try a couple more here. Damn. Whew. You know, I was afraid of that. This thing recoils back and that trigger guard slams right into my finger. Ouch. Yeah, I'm going to move up about a yard, and I'm going to aim at the very bottom of the target. But the last two rounds I fired, I have a pierced primer right here on this top barrel. Uh-oh. Well, shoot. That's kind of awkward. Yeah. I should do a take two, but hey, this is how it's turning out, so. All right. Let's try this again a little bit closer. Misfire. Man, all that work to pull the trigger and it didn't go bang. Now it shouldn't shoot this time either because it just switched barrels. Alright, it should fire now, hopefully. Now, I'm going to keep this pointed downrange for about 10 seconds or so and see what happened. have a very, very light strike on the primer there. So I'm going to punch out this empty and try it again. I'm going to leave that one round in there and see what's going to happen. Oh man, I can't even hardly use that trigger finger. I'm going to take the camera down there and show you something. It looks like the rounds are keyholing. That means they're going in sideways. Yeah, you can see that one in sideways. Looks like that one went in sideways. I'm going to try and put one round right in here so we can definitely be sure. Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rounds. Yeah, let's put a round right up here and see what happens. All right, let's see what happens. All right, let's go down and look at those two. Yeah, those bullets are definitely going in sideways at 4 yards. That's unbelievable. Oh well, it is what it is. Hey, this morning I handed this to my wife, unloaded of course. I said, hey, see if you can cock this. And she took a couple times, but she was able to cock it. Then I asked her to pull the trigger. She could not pull the trigger on this. And same with my daughter. She could cock it, but not pull the trigger. I'm not exaggerating, guys. That trigger pull's got to be 40 or 50 pounds. I mean, it is just horrible. Let me put a couple more rounds through this. Oh, that's smart. So I'll tell you what. You know, in all fairness to Bearman, they do include in the box this little sheet right here that says this has a unique trigger on it, and it's probably something you're not used to. So they do explain the trigger, but still, they really do need to redesign this trigger. So I pulled up the owner's manual on this Bearman Derringer, and I'm just going to scroll down through these 40 pages on this owner's manual, and I want you to notice how many times you see the word warning. I think I counted 43 warnings on a little 2-shot Derringer. So look at this page right here. It says, do not dry fire, but also look what it says. It says, do not carry this with a round in the chamber. Excuse me, but it's a damn Derringer. You know, I don't cuss in my videos, but man, this thing, it's bringing out the cuss in me, okay? You know, I'm 6'2", 260 pounds. I got some muscle, and this thing is almost impossible to fire. There's no way I could fire any more rounds through this, and most days I can come out here and I could shoot 500 rounds if I wanted to, but out of this little guy, 14 rounds or whatever it was, I'm done. Okay, my final thoughts on this. I'll tell you, I don't do too many negative reviews, but this is probably the worst gun I have ever bought. And you know, I knew when I bought it that this was probably going to have a pretty good kick to it, being 9mm, since the 9mm is a very high energy cartridge and it produces up to 35,000 pounds per square inch when you shoot it. So I was expecting a heavy recoil, but it recoils much more than I had anticipated. And so would I recommend this for self-defense? Absolutely not. Too hard to cock, too hard to pull the trigger back. You got to use two hands, and you're doing all that in maybe a deadly force situation. Man, you're just asking for trouble. Now, I'm a gun guy. I love all kinds of guns. Would I recommend this just for some guy to put in his gun collection? No. I'll tell you what, it's just not worth it. Sorry, Bearman. Don't like your Derringer. Anyways, guys, I appreciate you watching, and stay safe out there, and stay away from this little guy right here.